Tony D and Little Jones asleep on the couch, and this is a screenwriter's rant on The Gates, uh, a lowish budget movie starring John Rhys-Davies as a paranormal investigator. I'm going to say in Victorian times. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 11 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this looks kind of cool. So the premise is they make their living being photographers of corpses after they execute someone. So this guy, no, I guess it's not Victorian times. Maybe it's, I'm going to say, it has to be, they have an electric chair. So it would have to be after the invention of that electricity. So I guess it could be like the 30s, 20s, 30s, some early 1900s, I'll say. This is one of the team, and anyhow, they are investigating because they were there to take the picture of the corpse, and then weird stuff starts happening, and then the prison hires them to investigate, and it's the ghost of the guy they just executed. And he's a terrible killer, and he's very demonic, and I don't know, evil inhabits the prison, and so they're trying to stop it, and then it, I don't know, it turns into like almost like a Ghostbusters thing where they got cool energy around him, and he's like screaming, and he's like a weird supernatural entity. Looks kind of cool. It's a bit low budget, but it looks good for what it is. June 27th on digital and DVD. I would totally watch this. I wouldn't expect it to be great. Once again, can't see the damn credits. Let's see if there's anything here. No. But John Rhys-Davies is always fun to watch. He's such a great voice, right? Such a great voice. He looks good in this movie. I think he's pretty old now. But and he even sounds not as robust as he has in the past, but you know, he's holding up pretty good in this movie. As you know, he's the leader of the group, and then the guy behind him is some kind of psychic, and then the girl in the cap is, I don't know, the muscle, I guess. And so it's a little bit like Ghostbusters, kind of. I mean, there's no comedy to it. It's more scary, but yeah, it could be decent. The gates, I think, refer to the gates of hell. Maybe they're open, and the evil keeps flooding out of it. So I'd probably break this down. First act, they execute this prisoner who's very evil, and then invite the photographers in, John Rhys-Davies and his assistant, to do the picture. And then shocking events happen while they're there. They start seeing the corpse moving, and then the priest gets knocked down by an evil force, and they offer their services as paranormal investigators. And for some reason, at that time, that flew, so they say yes. Then the second act, their psychic shows up. He starts touching stuff and saying things. I sense this and that. And John Rhys-Davies has some kind of crazy device that, I don't know, detects ghosts or whatever. So they start doing their investigation, and more crazy events happen, and they see ghosts, and people are attacked, and some of the prisoners are attacked, and the priest is attacked again, and then I don't know, I think the girl gets possessed, or and then here you have a scene where he's fighting. I think he's trying to get out of hell, maybe that's why it's the gates, or maybe that's the prison. That's a reference to the prison. There's the electric chair there. And they defeat him. I'm gonna guess they defeat him. And so feels a little more like a TV show, like a cool BBC, an obscure BBC show, but it could be a movie. I could see this being a movie. I like the supernatural stuff, as you well know. Has it been done? Not exactly like this. It's kind of been done, sort of. There's always been like Jack the Ripper stuff, which sort of is in that vein because it's kind of horror. Usually not supernatural though. The Dracula stuff in its time, that was a little earlier, but kind of in that vein. And so it's not totally new, but it's not totally unoriginal either. It's got its own details, which I like. So, if the script is solid and seems okay, I think it would be pretty watchable at least. If you like this kind of stuff, I like it. I like the effects. I don't, they're perfectly fine for me. I mean, if they had more money, they could do more with this. I can kind of see that they have the costuming and they have access to, a couple of old buildings to shoot this thing, but not much else. Like, you're not going to see them, driving or galloping through the streets of London at that time in this movie. This is the way movies, low budget B movies, are made. Back in the 70s and 80s, you just use the resources. You build the movie around the resources you have, which is a good move, and it hopefully forces people to be more creative. And I think, you could do a lot worse than John Rhys-Davies, I say. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and little Joan asleep on the couch. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out today at Lucille's Luncheonette. I had a great day. I had a great breakfast. Oh, so good. Sold some books. It was a great weekend. Next up, Thursday, I'll be at the Vineland Library for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. So I hope you'll tune in for that. Tune in for more videos this week. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Check out the live stream taping. Went about 2 hours, and we'll see you tomorrow.